Good morning, and welcome to your morning cereal.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Monday. Well, we've got just the right of milk this morning in the cereal to give it that perfect crunch. And we've also got some quirky celebrations. We're going to start with today is Donald Duck Day, and it's honoring the debut of our favorite feisty fowl in 1934. And oddly enough, he was my favorite Disney character from the 80s. Well, let's not forget it's National Email Week, so brace yourself. It's going to be an avalanche of emails in your inbox this week. Well, let's move on to our quote of the day, and it's coming from someone who's never late on getting back to emails. It's our very own time traveler, Michael J. Fox, who said, quote, "One's dignity may be assaulted, it might be vandalized and cruelly mocked, but it can never be taken away unless it's surrendered," end quote. Now, this is a powerful quote from Michael J. Fox, and it's a reminder to hold our heads high, no matter what challenges come our way. All right. Today's news facts and birthdays are for June 9th, and we're going to start back in 1934. We already had a little teaser on this. On this date, Donald Duck, he waddled into our hearts, making his film debut in The Wise Little Hen. Then in 1954, during the Army McCarthy hearings, attorney Joseph Welch famously asked Senator McCarthy, quote, "Have you no sense of decency," end quote. And that marked a really pivotal moment in U.S. history. Well, moving up to 1973, on this date, Great Britain, they celebrated Queen Elizabeth's Silver Jubilee. And in 1986, the Rogers Commission, it released its report of the Challenger disaster, and it highlighted NASA's management issues. And then finally on this date in 2013, Rafael Nadal, he clinched his 8th French Open title, setting a new record in men's tennis at the time. And apparently he has 14 of those French Open titles now. Well, happy birthday to you if today is your birthday. You share a birthday with Laura Hernandez. She's the Olympic gymnast gold medalist. She's 25 today. Academy Award-winning actress known for Black Swan and a little movie called Star Wars, Natalie Portman. She's 44 today. And beloved actor from Back to the Future and advocate for Parkinson's research, Michael J. Fox. He's 64 today. And finally, the captain himself, Johnny Depp. He's 62 today. Well, the number one song on this date back in 1995 was "Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman" by Bryan Adams. And this is another great 90s romantic ballad. And it was featured in the film Don Juan DeMarco. And no doubt, if you're a Gen Xer like me, then you slow danced to this song at some high school dance or some junior high dance. Well, the moral of the song is that if you really, really love someone, in this case a woman, then tell them. And especially if you see your unborn children in her eyes, as the lyrics suggest. Well, I do love me some self-improvement, so let's get into our book review segment. Today in our book review, we're unpacking part 2, Habit 2 from Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And we're focusing on the subchapters using your whole brain and 2 ways to tap the right brain. And Covey challenges us to think beyond our usual habits of linear thinking, showing how we can tap into the full potential of our minds to become more creative, more resilient, and effective. So Covey begins by noting that our brains have 2 distinct hemispheres, the left brain, which handles logic, analysis, and order, and then the right brain, which thrives on creativity, intuition, and big picture thinking. And too often we lean heavily on the left brain's logical processes, forgetting to invite our more imaginative side to the party, right? As Covey puts it, tapping into both hemispheres, quote, broadens the scope of our perceptions, end quote, and unlocks new levels of problem solving. So in the subchapter, Using Your Whole Brain, Covey emphasizes the power of visualization. He suggests that if we can see ourselves achieving a goal, we're more likely to actually do it. Visualization allows us to, quote, rehearse success in our minds, setting the stage for real-world achievement. It's not just about daydreaming, it's about mentally preparing ourselves to live in alignment with the personal mission that we've been talking about. Now, moving to 2 ways to tap into the right brain, Covey outlines 2 practical strategies here: expansion and visualization, okay? expansion involves exposing ourselves to new ideas and experiences. So that would include things like reading widely, attending inspiring lectures, listening to the Morning Serial podcast, or even trying new hobbies, right? It's about breaking out of our routine and feeding our creativity. Now, the second strategy, visualization, is where we imagine detailed, vivid scenarios of ourselves achieving our goals. And Covey notes that these mental images, quote, create an internal comfort zone, end quote, helping us to act confidently and with purpose. So visualization isn't just positive thinking. It's about rehearsing the actions we want to take so they feel natural and achievable. Okay, here's your takeaway. Covey's lesson here is that effectiveness isn't just about logic and spreadsheets. It's about balancing those tools with our imagination and intuition. By using our whole brain, we expand our creativity and become more proactive and innovative in everything we do. So, take a moment today to visualize your next success and watch how the brain's two halves can work together to turn your dreams, as they say, into a reality. All right. Well, as we wrap up this morning's edition of Morning Serial, remember to hold your head high this week when facing challenges. And good luck on clearing out that inbox today. Well, thanks for starting your day with us. Join us again tomorrow. And as always, have a fantastic day. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Morning Serial podcast on the One Life Live It channel. You can find more episodes and videos by visiting our YouTube channel and the website at Sean Inglis and at SeanInglis.com, where you can also follow our other podcasts, the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis podcast and the Life Happens podcast. In these other podcasts, we'll dive deeper into everyday issues, self-improvement and well-being, business and finance, and we welcome special guests too. So join us. It'll be a good time, I promise. Thanks again for listening. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.